For summary, conclusion, and recommendation, this is the part where inferences, deductions, implications, interpretations, general statements, and generalizations are done based on your chapter 4 or your findings. So, how do you write your summary, conclusion, and recommendation? For your summary, this should be the same as your chapter 4, yung pagkasunod-sunod niya. And this is looking at the findings. So, it must be written related directly to the objective of your study. Kung paano siya na-state sa objectives, kung paano din siya na-state sa results and discussion, ganun din sa summary of findings. And dito is dapat it answers already your objectives. For example, sana yun? Yung objective number 1 ninyo. Saan ba yung message niyo? This one. Objective number 1 is what is the profile of the CSU class students. So you will just put together the demographic profile, the socioeconomic profile, the internet profile. So this one is a whole of the personal determinants. Naka 1.1. And then you have environmental determinants, a summary of it, and the perceived effectiveness of the students. And then also, if there is a significant difference between the perceived effectiveness and the profile variables, and if there is a significant relationship between the knowledge acquisition and learning behavior. Yun yung dapat makikita sa summary of findings. I-answer mo na yung objectives mo. For the conclusion naman, this first paragraph of this one should revisit the main idea or the main objective of your study, which is ano ba yung effect ng distance learning sa perception ng mga or ano yung perceived effectiveness ng students sa distance learning. So this first sentence would remind us what has been, ano bang ginawa nyo talaga, bakit yung ba talagang ginawa tong study na to. So, it goes back to your thesis statement or your main topic. Then, the next sentences would tie together your main points and what you have done to support or answer this main problem. Yun yung sa conclusion ninyo. Parang ito na yung pinaka-answer niyo. For example, you don't already say na statistical analysis showed significant difference. This is a summary natin. This is summary. This is not a conclusion. Dapat isabihin nyo dito. For example, yung dun sa core shelter project namin with Sir Julius. Ang first sentence namin dun, that generally, the status of the core shelters is poor. Parang ganon. And then, binakapan namin kung bakit poor yung general findings. And ang title of our study here is the assessment of the core shelters. So, anong assessment namin sa kanya? Yun yung pinakasagot namin. Poor yung, poor in terms of these parameters and these parameters and this and that parameters. And then, yung recommendation part here, this is right that you acknowledge the limitation of your study and you recommended what can be explored for future work, but you also recommend kung ano yung pwedeng mga gawin like policies, research translations based on the findings that you found out. For example, you found out na hindi na as effective ang distance learning for students when it comes to teacher relationship. So, you need to, pwedeng gumawa ng trainings, pwedeng mag-request ng mga trainings on how teachers do distance learning more para mas engage yung mga students, things like that. You can add it also on the recommendation part. Not only the usual that we do na limitations and factors that can be explored pa.